Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we'll show you some persuasion tricks used by the FBI. It's a useful skill to have. It can help you in a variety of situations, including at home and on the job. Although it can take some practice, patience and confidence on your part, it is achievable and can help you get to the bottom of things by showing a person you are on their side, starting the conversation in the proper way, and knowing the signs that someone is lying. You increase your chances of finding out the truth. If you want to know which tricks are used for persuasion, then this video is for you. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any important part of it.
Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news.
1. Adopt a sincere, understanding thought and demeanor. There is a saying to the effect that the guilty person seeks only to be understood, for to be understood gives the appearance of being forgiven. Far from confrontational or belligerent, the demeanor you project should be engaged, calm, empathetic, and most of all sincere. Slowing your rate of speech and lowering your voice a bit will aid you tremendously in advancing sincerity. 2. Avoid being accusatory. You reduce the chances of getting someone to confide in you. If you come off as accusatory, stay calm and keep your body language neutral. Shouting, banging your fist on a table, and standing with your arms crossed looks intimidating. The person will be more willing to share information with you if they feel like you will understand. Sit down if possible, look the person in the eye, and speak in a soft and reassured tone. Place your hands in your lap, at your sides, or on the table, and keep your facial expression neutral. 3. Help the person rationalize his actions. This will nudge him a step in the direction of being less focused on long-term consequences and more focused on the reasons you are giving him to see the truth as viable option. Rationalizing his actions or behavior by reminding him, for example, that everyone is a human and that everyone makes mistakes will help weaken his resolve to withhold the truth. 4. Truth fills silence. The biggest mistake truth seekers make is focusing too much on which question to ask. Questions are important, but what you don't say is just as important as what you do say. The key is to getting someone to tell the truth is not filling the silence. Wait an extra beat after your subject finishes talking to make sure they do not have anything else to add. It is amazing how much liars will divulge in these moments. 5. Show empathy. Part of establishing truth is showing the person you understand them and are empathetic to their situation. They will be more willing to tell you the truth if they think you won't blow up at them. Act like you understand why they would do what they did. For instance, let's say you catch your son along with a group of peers smoking. You could say you are denying the fact that you are smoking. But I want you to know I would understand if you actually were. Sometimes our peers can pressure us into things we didn't normally do. Giving the impression that anyone would do what you suspect they did make it more likely for them to divulge the truth. 6. Tell them they aren't alone in the blame. Make the person feel like they aren't the only one being accused if they have the impression that others may also share the blame and consequences of the situation. They may be willing to tell the truth. They will likely clam up if they think they are going to suffer the wrath all by themselves. You could say, I know you weren't only one involved, there are plenty of other people who are at fault too. 7. Ask open-ended questions. Simple yes or no questions are easy to lie through. The longer the answer, the more room for non-verbal and emotional leaks. Try to think of questions that require long answers. I like questions that solicit stories like, tell me the story of last night, or what's the side of the story here? 8. Ask unexpected questions about unexpected details. Liars are sensitive to the glitches, I don't remember, I don't know, as the rest of us, so they will try to give reasonable answers. Often, they will have worked out the more significant details in advance, but the smaller ones won't have been thought. Ask about those if you suspect that "I was at a work dinner" is a lie. Ask who did you sit near, what did they eat, what did you talk about, who was still there when you left, what did you eat, where was the table, how many empty tables were there. The details you ask about depends on the lie, but ask about smells, colors, cost, etc. Ask the same questions more than once, but in different way. 9. Ask about the story in reverse. Rather than starting at the beginning and asking what came next, start at the end and ask what came before. It's hard to tell a story in reverse at the best of times, but when the facts are made up, it's even harder. If the story you are being told is a fib, you will soon see the slipping and sliding. 10. Offer protection. Tell the person that you will do what you can to protect them. Convey to them that you are on their side and will do everything you can to help them. They may open up if their fears are eased. 11. Invade their personal space. This is an advanced level tip. People get a bit rattled when you enter their personal space. Pull a chair closer or take a step towards them. This makes them feel more transparent and will often encourage them to dig a little deeper. This is good if you are trying to get someone to divulge secret information. 12. Minimize the seriousness of the situation. The more you are able to downplay the consequential nature of the matter about which the individual is withholding the truth, the more comfortable he will be to share the information you are seeking. When he hears you say, "It's important that we not blow this out of proportion," he will be struck by how reasonable, and you will likely be perceived as much less of an adversary. 13. Nod your head. This might sound like a weird one, but it is important for getting people to open up. Head nodding is a universal sign of agreement that people will talk 3 to 4 times more than usual if the listener nods their head as the speaker talks. You can also do this when someone finishes speaking. Stroke your shin, the body language for thinking. Nod your head 3 times to get them to keep talking. This also helps you extend your silence if they have anything they are holding back. This can unlock their thoughts by making you show interest and agreeableness. 14. Make it seem like the truth isn't a big deal. People are often scared to tell the truth because they are afraid of all consequences. If you minimize the severity of the situation, however, they may be more likely to confess. You could say, "It's really not that big of a deal. I just want to know the truth." Assuring them that the wrongdoing isn't all that serious may make them tell you what really happened. However, only go this route if the offense is really not a big deal. For example, it would probably not work with something that has legal consequence or jail time. 15. Tell a worse version. People can't help but correct misinformation, especially about themselves. Tell the subject a more damning version of what you think happened and see if they try to correct you. If they do, you get a confession. Let's say you think your teenager took money out of your wallet. Start big by asking them if they took money and a credit card out of your wallet. Oftentimes, they will correct you and admit to the smaller crime. 16. Socialize the situation so that the person doesn't feel so alone. If I have the impression that you and others think of me as a pariah if I admit that I did the bad thing, I'm going to be awfully reluctant to admit it. On the other hand, if you tell me this is the sort of thing you see all the time being done by men and women in all walks of life, I'm going to feel much less alienated. 17. Respect your opponent. Many arguments have no clear vectors. You may get your way, but your relationship or situation is the worse for it. A successful argument within a relationship remains compartmentalized. Don't let it lead to questioning the entire basis of a relationship. Don't insult or degrade your opponent. Even if the individual is someone you will never see again, it's still important to show that you meant nothing personal in the dispute.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.